Good morning, everybody. I am back with another review of the Family Chantel. I think this was the season finale because I didn't see trailer for next week's episode. So the episode starts with Pedro taking the box of paperwork out of the car because he's looking for the check that Chantel took, and Pedro saying that, Chantel is not a nice person. Chantel's saying that she called the police while she's on the phone with Miss Karen. Pedro drives off. Pedro tries calling Chantel, and she's like, this is the most I've heard from you in, months. It seems like I'm reading off my notes, seems like he's only pissed off that she had his immigration paperwork. So it seems, because he thought she's going to hide the money in Panama, that the Panama trip had been scheduled and pre-planned to prepaid for Destiny's birthday. Now, I do want to note, my last review, I went back and looked at the episode where they got married. Destiny was not the friend at the wedding. So I'm wondering what happened to that friend. Inquiring minds want to know. X-Files theme song playing in my head. And she's saying to Pedro, you are never going to find that money. And he is begging for that money. Please just give me my half. Please just give me my half. And she's like, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. That In Vogue song is just in my head. And I am just dying laughing in this scene. So it cuts to the next scene where Pedro is at his attorney's office signing the paperwork to file the divorce. And then it cuts to the next scene. Pedro has turned off her phone while she was in Panama. And she's on the phone with the phone company. He's on the other, they're on like a three-way call, but he will not talk to her directly. So they're playing telephone through the poor employee at the cell phone company. Girl, if I was that woman, I'd be like, I'm done for the day. I'm going home. If you listen to this recording, you will understand why. Like, what kind of a coward? Seriously. I'm glad she took the money. If he's going to turn her phone off like that, no. My phone is my lifeline. I work from my phone. I live on my phone. I'm shooting this video on my phone. Don't you be turning off my phone. No. And why is the phone not in her name? Why is it in his name? Oh, yeah, because she was helping you build your credit. You piece of poop. So we cut to the next scene where the whole family Chantel is together at Chantel's parents' house because she didn't want to go home after the Panama trip and dealing with that whole conversation about the cell phone. So she goes over to her parents for comfort. Girl, I get it. I would have done the same damn thing. I used to go to my mom for everything. And Chantel lets it slip. He can have that box of paper. I made copies of everything. And if I said this on a live that I go on Tuesdays, J&J videos on YouTube. Check it out. She's awesome. I said, I know Chantel made copies. Her parents have a copy. Her sister's got a copy. River's got a copy. She's got a copy in a safe deposit box. There's no way that is the only copy. And I was right. Girl made copies. You're smart. You forgot to change all the locks, but you made your copies. So then it cuts to Pedro on Lydia and Nicole going to the hair salon and them FaceTiming with Pedro. So Nicole said, it's Chantel 1, Pedro 0 in Spanish. And they're complaining that Chantel kept everything. And then Lydia's like, he bought her the car. He made sure she went to school every day. He cleaned her up and polished her. No, ma'am. She did that for your son. He was working at a hotel in Dominican Republic before she moved him to the U.S., giving him English lessons, and now he's working as a realtor. And he's wearing Caroline Herrera, which we learn in another scene, wearing designer, shirts and stuff, looking poppin' to try and sell houses. Okay, she polished that stone, not the other way around. Don't get it twisted. And then Lydia's like, she thinks she's a big shot and she's ungrateful. Yeah, she's ungrateful. She's ungrateful because your son's being a butt. And they believe that the account should be split in half and that Pedro trained Chantel and that he's done all the cooking, cleaning, washing. She's never done any of it. And she's never going to find a man like Pedro who's going to do all of that for her again. You know what? She doesn't need a man to do that because it's called a maid. She works as a nurse. She has her BSN. She can afford one. So the next thing, Nicole with the Chantel has no ass. He needs a new girlfriend with a big ass. And she can't wait to meet her future sister-in-law and their family because their family is going to be way better than the family Chantel. I love the family Chantel. Miss Karen cracks me up with her drops of knowledge and truth and wisdom. And Mr. Thomas is the silent, but I will get you kind of guy, just like my hubby. And I love that. He lets his woman talk, but if you're going to say something back to her, he's right there to protect her. That's the kind of man you need. And Pedro is not that man. Pedro is going to cut and run the minute Chantel needs backup. Look what's happening. And then Lydia says something about, when one phase closes, another one opens. Okay. Language barrier. I always knew it as, when one door closes, God opens a window. But, everybody says it differently. So then there, again, I'm looking at my notes. We find out that Winter is going to move into the house with Chantel so she's not alone, and that Miss Karen's going to stay for a few days just, while everything's settling, while, they're trying to get comfortable, to be there to support her daughter. And that is a great mom. Miss Karen wins Mom of the Year this year. And then my favorite Miss Karen moment, oh my God, I was in tears and snorting. I was laughing so hard when she called him the red-bottomed stealing troll. Because I said that in my live or my last video. How dare he take those red bottoms? And that I want to see Nicole try and get her foot in it. It's going to look like the stepsisters in Cinderella. You don't take a girl's red bottoms. No. No, you don't touch her jewelry, you don't touch her clothes, and you especially don't touch purses and shoes. And he took both. That is violation. That is horrible. You don't do that. Those poor red bottoms. Bring the red bottoms back, Pedro. Bring them back. Red bottom stealing troll. So then we cut to the end of the episode where Pedro shows up at the house. This is still my house. This is still my house. And River comes out and he's like, dude, you started all of this. You need to walk away. This is still my house. I want to talk to Chantel. Where is half my money? And he's like, you need to walk away. And then Miss Karen sticks her head out the window. And he's like, I just want to tell Chantel that I'm filing the divorce. And she's like, well, of course, hon, because, the paperwork has to be filed to move forward. And the way she's just being so calm and just like, yes, that's how it works. You don't need to explain it to her. She knows. And we find out that Chantel was upstairs the whole time, so she had no idea what any of this was going on. And then at the end, the episode ends with Chantel saying she is going to be strong, she is going to be successful, and she's not going to look back. And I have to give you snaps, girl. Snaps. You remember that when you're having a bad day? Don't look back, only look forward. Well, that's my review. I want to know what you guys thought of the episode. Leave it in the comments down there, and let me know what you thought of the episode. I thought it was a great ending, but I want to see so much more with this divorce because it was just getting good and messy. We love the good and messy. Well, on that note, leave your comments below and stay rosy. Bye, everybody.